Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Del, and WoW's 20th anniversary, something we've been talking about for the couple of weeks, is actually launching very soon, in less than 2 weeks by the time you're watching this video update. And like all the other previous anniversary updates, this one is filled with a variety of different goodies, from new ways for new players to catch back up, either with the XP bonus that's available during the 20th anniversary to make that leveling journey a breeze, or if you're just looking to pick up some gear upgrades to get into the Season 1, you'll have the Blackrock Depths to scour it full of loot. Like previous celebrations, you'll also will be able to collect a variety of different cosmetic goodies, from brand new transmogs for weapons as well as armor sets and a variety of little toys, and even a chance to collect some pets and mounts from previous anniversary celebrations, which you'll be able to unlock with brand new currency of bronze celebration tokens, which Blizzard recently released a blue post going over how you'll be able to earn these tokens. So for today's video, with the anniversary event coming out so soon, I wanted to go over all of the different ways you'll be able to earn bronze celebration tokens to buy all of the 20th anniversary goodies, going over some of the one-time quests that award you this currency, as well as weekly repeatable activities and how you'll be able to farm out this currency in order to be able to purchase all of the cosmetics during the 20th anniversary update. As always, if you guys want to see more regular guides like these for the War Within expansion, be sure to follow the channel and subscribe. But otherwise, let's dive right in. When you first log into a brand new character, you'll get a quest that invites you to check out the Caverns of Time, or rather the area outside of Caverns of Time where a majority of the 20th anniversary celebration is going to be held. When you first complete the initial quest of the anniversary grounds, you'll be able to finally earn additional bonus experience. There's two buffs, one that's passively active, and the other is what you'll be able to earn when you complete the quest. But also completing the quest allows you to obtain the currency for this event, which is the bronze celebration tokens. And you'll be able to do some of the first turn-in quests around the area to start collecting a few of these tokens, which is a warbound transferable currency. So whether you collect it on your alts or on your main character, you can then pull it together on one single character and use it and spend it to buy all of the goodies available for the new anniversary event. Your first time turn-in quests are going to be Meet and Greet, which will allow you to explore the new grounds of the 20th anniversary to check out all of the new events, whether it is story time with Low Rocket Show, or a mini transmog competition, or potentially a mount up, which is probably my favorite activity so far. And I think like that one is going to be a lot of fun once the game officially launches, with the 1105 finally hitting the live realms. Then you'll do a quest called Shop and Squee, which is kind of like a shop and spree, just to check out where all the shops are for the 20th anniversary, where you can buy all of your tier 2 remakes of all of the different sets, where you can buy some of the other newer vendors with all of the new time walking badges, as well as the last vendor that tells you some of the other goodies available for the 20th anniversary. The third quest is going to be the Truth of the Dark Irons, which allows you to unlock the anniversary raid of the Blackrock Depths, which has a lot of encounters and a lot of little bosses for you to interact with. It basically is Blackrock Depths, but the dungeon taken and remade into a raid with bosses that are very familiar, but I have a lot of new modernized brand new mechanics, but also a ton of little mini boss encounters, because the original Blackrock Depths was a very long dungeon with a lot of bosses. Now, some of the core bosses of this dungeon have been made into an actual proper boss fights that you can be experienced on LFR, normal, and heroic difficulty. But some of the other fights that are not here are going to be part of the mini bosses that will still have their own types of rewards as well. So it's basically Blackrock Depths, the dungeon, but converted into a large group experience with some fresher mechanics, but also still evoking that original feel of the original instance. So all three of those quests with the Meet and Greet, Shop and Spree, as well as the Truth of Dark Irons, all of those are going to be the one-time turn-ins that award you some of the bronze tokens for this event. Afterwards, you'll have to start earning a lot of these celebration tokens through primarily weekly activities and events that are also warbound, so you just have to do them on a single character once a week. Around the Caverns of Time, those are going to be a refresher quest that allows you to refresh the bonus experience from the bronze Dragonflight, which you'll be able to obtain daily. But that one is also going to award you a couple of bronze coins. The new event called Chromie's Codex also has a quest that's also in a weekly rotation that also awards additional celebration tokens just for participating in the event, but also awards you a cache full of treasures with gold, gear, and potentially other upgrade materials and coffer keys for your delves. The actual raid of Blackrock Depths not only has a quest inside of the raid, but also a quest to complete the raid with a bunch of crests as well as Valor Stones, but also even more celebration tokens. You can also get the World Boss quest from Isaac Katarov, and his quests seem to be on a bit of a rotation either weekly or daily. It's hard for me to really tell because PTR is very different than Live Realms, but there'll be 2 quests, one to either kill the 3 world bosses in Teneris, but the other quest will have you kill Azuragos as well as Kazakh and one of the Dragons of Nightmare, so it's either bosses within Teneris or bosses outside of Teneris. But that one also will award you a little bit of token currency. Running through classic time walking dungeons will also award you a couple of the celebration tokens as well, which means you have to complete 5 time walking dungeons in order to complete it, though I wonder if you'll be able to also do the raid and kill bosses, and if that will also count for this quest, because that's what works for Wrath and TBC time walking. Killing bosses in Black Temple or in Ulduar also counts towards that quest as well, so I wonder if you could kill 2 birds with 1 stone with that one. And finally, the last way that you can get these tokens from the Caverns of Time will be with the Guest Relations event, which will begin on October 28th, so that'll be actually beginning a little bit later than the launch of the 20th anniversary update. And that's going to be everything for the Caverns of Time, but it doesn't mean that's going to be all the avenues that are available to earn more of these tokens, because Caverns of Time is only a part of it. In fact, they actually updated recently that now also all of the weekly events that you'll find throughout Khazalgar will also award you with even more bronze celebration tokens during the 20th anniversary event. So all of the regular weekly activities that you get to pick up in the center of town in Dornogal around like the big mission table, all of those will award you with additional currency that will be relevant for the 20th anniversary with even more bronze celebration tokens. So all of the things that you're doing already on your character, whether it is the time walking weekly events or the weekly events to get your sparks or whatever, all of those things will also award you with additional currency. Slaying the Queen Ansurek will also award you tokens, which can be easily done if you don't want to find a group for Queen Ansurek. Just do it in LFR, or even potentially you might even be able to get credit just for killing her in story mode if you've unlocked that already. Also, slaying the world bosses will also count as a way for you to be able to earn even more of those tokens, which I'll definitely be doing on my alts at the very bare minimum, because it still offer a decent bit of gold, although I haven't been lucky to get a single item off them so far. Then we also have a ton of different outdoor content that's available within Khazalgar, such as Spreading the Light event in Hollowfall, the Snuffling Treasure Finding within Out the Open World, the Ashkahet Reputation Packs that you are able to form within Nerubians, the Theater Troop outside of Dornogal, as well as 2 special assignments when it comes to your World Quest Big Quest completion. And if you think that's already going to be a lot of events on your plate, we have more, as PvP events will also begin to award bronze celebration tokens, so it may be a good idea to start getting your PvP set ahead of the 20th anniversary, where all of the PvP War Mode quests, which are open world PvP quests, where you earn sparks from open world conquests and PvP, those are going to also award you more of those tokens. Weekly PvP Conquest quests, where you earn honor in rated PvP, those will also count towards it. Weekly PvP honor quests, which are more about earning honor within casual PvP content, such as skirmishes or random battlegrounds, those weekly quests will also award you additional bronze tokens. But also the weekly brawl, which is available every single week, whether it is the brawl for Classic Ashran, or the Packed House, or the brawl for Deep Six, or the brawl for Arthur Blizzard. Every single one of those brawls throughout the event is also going to award you more of those bronze tokens, which gives you a ton of different weekly objectives to complete every single week, whether you do it on one character or multiple, since this currency is war bound. So it doesn't matter whether you do it on an army of alts or a single character, all of them can earn a set amount of this currency every single week. But then your question might be, are there some repeatable activities? Do I actually have to go and do my world PvP quests and stuff if I don't PvP on a regular? Is there something I could do just pretty easy that allows me to farm up a bunch of these tokens? And the answer is yes and no at the same time. And I'll be honest, I'm not really sure why they did it the way they did, but when it comes to the actual tokens, there is a quest that makes them farmable, but you unlock it a little bit later. With the achievement of Token Collector, after you collect 100 Bronze Celebration tokens during the WoW's 20th anniversary, this quest becomes a feat of strength later down the line, and it awards you the ability for Bronze Celebration tokens to now drop from repeatable 20th anniversary activities, which are going to be things like world bosses, which you can just farm endlessly. Blackrock Depths raid bosses, actually killing the bosses is going to start dropping these tokens. Classic time walking queues, so every time you queue for time walkings, then the tokens will start dropping just for every single dungeon queue that you do. Codex Acromi queues, which can also be queued up from the dungeon events as well, like when you queue in for Time Walking Classic dungeons, you can also queue for Chromie as well from the dungeon screen. But also the Korak Revenge daily quest, which is part of the PvP activity, with Korak Revenge making a return as like this ongoing eternal battleground of Alterac Valley, but like the original Alterac Valley. They can go on for days and days just doing daily activities within that. Will also start to award you those tokens. And honestly, I'm not really sure why they decided to go about it this way. Why they decided to kind of gate being able to spam for tokens to do it a little bit later. So it may take you a little bit of time before you can collect 100 tokens from those weekly activities, before you can just spam up as many of these tokens on a character. But at least there is going to be a way to farm them. It's just going to be enabled a little bit later. And again, I'm not exactly sure why they did it. It does exist, sorta, but you now can see what I mean when I say sorta regarding farming all of these coins. And now that we talked about all these coins and how you can, or tokens rather, and how you can farm them, what can you spend them on? And there's a lot of little changes too in how you spend them and ways to help you save some of those tokens, because there's a lot of items that you could purchase with those for the 20th anniversary. A lot of them are expensive, but they actually become less expensive as you purchase more of them. Specifically when it comes to the anniversary, it says that all classes get, majority of classes are getting the tier 2 sets, but more like a revamped version, while Death Knights, Demon Hunters, Monks, and Evokers actually get a brand new set instead. All these sets is probably the most exciting part of the 20th anniversary because a lot of them look really, really good. I mean, who doesn't want to look like almost like an Arthas wannabe? It looks amazing. Plus the Paladin set, the Rogue set that I'm very, very happy with, but also the new stuff they did with things like the Monk set, for example, as well as the high fidelity quality changes that we've seen with Warlock sets, Warrior sets, and all the like. All those sets, however, are pretty expensive. As you see, like the Demon Hunter set, it's going to cost you 60 of those bronze celebration tokens, which is going to take up a huge bulk of the first 100 that you want to earn so you can start farming more of these tokens. However, after you unlock any one of these sets, whether it is in your main class or no class, you actually will unlock the achievement of upgraded apparel. And basically, once you buy one of those sets, it reduces the cost of all of the other sets when you buy your first set. So at first, you're going to have to spend 60 of those tokens to buy a single set. And when you do, all of the other future sets will actually be reduced down to 40 tokens, which does make them a little bit cheaper. However, there's actually another hidden achievement behind it as well, because after you buy your first two sets, one for 60, one for 40, then you unlock the second achievement that further reduces the cost of all of these sets down to 20. So after you spend your 100 bronze celebration tokens on first two sets, then the rest of them will actually be unlocked at a much cheaper cost. So as you end up farming more of these tokens, you should have an easier time unlocking all of these sets after your first few, which is a nice bonus at the very least when it comes to getting all the sets. They know that everybody is going to want to unlock them all at the same time. So if you want to get one of each set for every single one of the classes that you play, or if you just want to unlock all of them and just have them permanently, that is quite a bit of sets that you can collect. Besides this, you can also spend these tokens to buy some of the older rewards that maybe you haven't played the game for a while, or maybe you skipped out on a few expansions or a couple of these anniversary sets. There's a good chance that you're missing some of the other rewards from previous seasons. Like I'm not a big mount guy, but I am proud of two mounts that I was able to collect during the anniversary, like the Core Hound, which looks absolutely amazing. And back for that event, they actually brought back the Raid of Firelands and kind of made it into a time walking raid. So I'm very surprised we haven't seen that one come back in ever, but the Core Hound will be something you could purchase for 20 of these bronze tokens. Obsidian Worldbreaker is another one of those mounts I'm very, very happy that I got when I did, because it's basically Deathwing, which was available during, I think, the 2019th anniversary update. But it looks absolutely amazing, and the fact that this thing could actually skyride, it just looks so good soaring through the sky. And you'll be able to purchase both of those mounts from this vendor, the storekeeper Reginald, for 20 of these bronze celebration tokens. And then you have all the other celebration tokens and as well as rewards, which are mostly just pets from Little Nefarian, Molten Corgi, Onyxia Whelpling, Hatespark the Tiny, as well as the Baby Blizzard Bear, all are purchasable for 10 bronze celebration tokens. The only other vendor that's really relevant to the tokens is the Timely Trinkets vendor, which has all of the other 20th anniversary goodies, such as the 20th anniversary balloon. You can actually see some of these balloons here and there all around the 20th anniversary Caverns of Time grounds. But we also have things like such as the little Doomy pet, which is a Doomguard or Doomlord, or I think it is Doomguard. I always get those two confused. But you also have the Cold Flame Edge items, from the crown to the shield to the sword, as well as the back piece, as well as a Cold Flame Ring, which is a toy that allows you to equip a Blizzard Blink to show off your many years of adventures in Azeroth. This vendor technically also does allow you to convert these bronze tokens into bags of Time Warp badges. 1 token for 20 of these, but definitely don't do this when this comes out. This should be the last thing that you should be spending all of your bronze tokens on when this event launches, because you're going to want to spend all these bronze tokens on everything else, and after you bought everything, then you may want to start considering to maybe convert them into Time Warp badges so you can buy up all of the other goodies that are available on all these other vendors. The rest of the vendors, however, around the 20th anniversary event still will have a bunch of items that you can purchase, though the rest of them will not cost a single bronze celebration token. Instead, they're purchased for normal Time War badges. Like the Corex Revenge vendor will have a bunch of different pieces that are bought for measly 20 Time War badges and a single Mark of Honor. There's a lot of different items, some of which have actually been previously removed from the game, but it is something that you can also spend some of your other time walking currencies. Papa Dorma is another new vendor, also like the last one that we talked about. Also, everything you buy from him is for Time War badges, but this will essentially be the vendor for whenever Classic Time Walking comes around, since now Classic is going to be part of that expansion Time Walking weekly or every few weeks rotation. And as part of the Classic Time Walking vendor, there's a mount, couple of pets, couple of other fun items that you can purchase, but also a bunch of weapon transmogs that are actually part of Season of Discovery. Some of the newer stuff they've added into the revamped version of Classic with the Classic SOD, and all of those items and mogs and a variety of different versions of those items are also making their way over into the live realms for you to wear as cosmetics. But also there's catch-up gear towards the later pages of the vendor. If you have a brand new character, you want to spend some of the currency to buy some early starter gear. It isn't anything amazing, but it's at least something to get you going once you hit max level. But with that, that's going to be literally all of the new ways that you can earn tokens, as well as how to spend them during the WoW's 20th anniversary. And there's so far a lot of different avenues to be able to gain tokens, from some of the weekly activities that you already do in Kazlagar to some of the new ones that are available during the 20th anniversary. So if anything, at least there's a lot of activities for you to get into, and even more of a reason for you to try things like PvP or open world content if that is not already part of your daily and weekly activities. However, I do think the whole not able to farm these items until later thing is a little bit weird and very unusual for this event, and I kind of wish they just allowed you to farm the tokens from the start, from the get-go. I think that would have been a fantastic change that a lot of players would love to see. Maybe you're able to join in for the 20th anniversary during a very limited time window, so you want to be able to farm up all those items during that small break for you to be able to come back to the game and try all these things out. Generally, I think when they create content with respect to the community and respecting the community's time, I think it's probably a better way of going about it, but maybe they'll just enable it a little bit later. I think that would be a nice little compromise, or either what to just greatly increase the amount of currencies you get from all the weekly activities until you can finally farm them. That would also be a nice compromise that I think would be perfectly acceptable as well. But with everything being said, I would want to thank all of you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope all of you enjoyed. If you did enjoy it or found this update informative, go ahead and give this video a like. I would very, very much appreciate it. Join our Discord community to continue the discussion with the rest of the channel community, or leave me your thoughts down in the comments below. That would also help out as well. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.